I put it like this. Toonami was great for multiple reasons. Toonami defined us in anime. And I hate that Toonami sometimes robbed us of the song. Dragon Ball Z, number one, greatest anime ever, greatest anime ever. That's why my catchphrase is DBZ made way. We're the big three. Plain and simple.
So, do y'all remember, like, watching Dragon Ball Z? Like, I remember, like, seeing, like, the first episode. And this character, Goku, like, his brother shows up from, like, another planet and then, like, takes his son. I feel like they hit you out the gate with, like, the family drama. Like, they catch you out the gate. It's got the family drama. And you got the green dude, who's really a black dude. Like, we all know Piccolo black. Who before, like, they were enemies. Like, Dragon Ball Z just does something for me that no show has ever done. And very few have come close to. Like, Dragon Ball Z, like, if even we talk about, like, the pre-Super Saiyan days, like, before we knew anything about all these crazy power-ups, like the battles, the stories, the characters, the development of them, like, you know, things maybe started to wane off as we got further, you know, into each saga, you know, Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Android, Cell and Buu, or whatever the case may be. But Dragon Ball Z always found a way to, like, keep you in it, no matter what. Like, back in the day, and this is no offense to Super or GT, but, like, even from the beginning, the Saiyan saga, to, like, the Buu saga, right? Like, they found ways to incorporate, like, the Piccolos and, like, the Chi-Chis and Bulmas of the world, right? Like, them getting turned into candy and all that stuff. And, you know, we got introduced to the other Kais, right? And the levels of the Kais and all that stuff. And, you know, and I don't think any of us here will ever forget the first time Goku goes Super Saiyan.
No.
No idea what it was. We had no idea what, and it was other thing. We had no idea what it would look like, right? Because it's like
no spoilers, no internet.
Right. There was no. I remember when Vegeta thought Goku had attained it. Like, he's done it. He's like, and we did too. Like, he didn't look any different. Like, he still looked like Goku. But I remember him standing there, and they kind of had like this weird animation around, like maybe this Ultra Instinct type of war around. I was like, oh, man, that is. He's Super Saiyan. Like, okay, like Goku, hair is still the same. Like, eyes, everything's still the same color. And then I remember Krillin died, and him. I think you can't help but want to do the movement of Goku and the blinking in and out of base mode and Super Saiyan, and the eyes turning white, the planet exploding, and you don't get past that. Like, Dragon Ball Z was the first anime I ever saw. I'd never seen one. Right, got me into the anime world, and like, even though I'm a Goku fan, like, my all-time favorite fight doesn't even involve Goku. Like, it's 17 and Piccolo. Like, that's my all-time favorite DBZ fight. Like, of course, Goku's fighting, like, Vegeta's fight. It's like on the list, but like, it's that show. It just paved the way. Like, starting out, it catches you from beginning to end. And Dragon Ball Z is one of the few shows where, like, at the time watching it, now not so much, where, like, you didn't mind the filler. Like, the filler was good.
Dude, it has the best filler episode.
Right, Garlic. So that would let's not get started on the DBZ movies. But the first one I think we saw was Lord Slug. Is that correct, cuz? Lord Slug was like it's false Super Saiyan. Like, I remember we would watch that movie. We've probably seen that movie 100 times, would probably not be exaggerating.
Yeah, still got no VHS till this day. Same
would
one.
not be an exaggeration to say we've seen some of those earlier movies, the Garlic Jr. movies, the early Broly movies, Cooler, Revenge of Cooler, like Medical. I'm done. I could go on forever. Y'all talk. I could.
Actually, one thing I want to mention right quick. DBZ had the best filler anime episode in the car scene when Goku and Piccolo had to learn how to drive. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's this.
Oh,
this. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
I'll put it like this. Yes, Goku's a shitty father. I'm putting that out there off the bat. But besides that, I cannot really find a flaw in a guy who just wants to enjoy what he does. Fights. Kind of sets a role model. DBZ Goku really set the role model of what a protagonist is supposed to be. It laid the work to where there's a reason why Naruto's favorite color is orange. I wonder why. There's a reason why Sasuke's favorite color is blue. Vegeta. I wonder why. There's a reason why the layup is set up the way it is with shonen anime. The power-ups, the way they look. Super Saiyan really capitalized on what it was. It has the longest fight in anime history, Goku versus Frieza. The transformations are just next level. The story completely progressed. No matter what, it progressed. Even if it seemed like it was going to go down, the stakes keep going higher and higher and higher. It ended in a great fucking note. The way it ended, I honestly remember. Actually, I have 3 stories. This is the first one. I honestly remember the day DBZ ended. The thought that crossed my mind as soon as that episode was ended, what now? That literally just crossed like, what now? Like that was my thing. That was my shit. So literally, that actually crossed my mind at that time. But going off story number 2, I remember I had just moved into the house where I currently live. My parents currently live. We were setting up satellite TV. I came back from school. It was 3:30. Sailor Moon was still on. DBZ came on at 4. The TV wasn't ready. The TV, I literally started bawling tears. I'm gonna miss the fucking episode today. And it wasn't even that much that great of an episode. It was a setup. It was a setup for what was it? It was a setup for the fucking It was a setup for the Cell arc. So we were past 17 and 18. We were actually setting up the Cell arc at that time, I believe. So to me, I was like freaking out. I didn't know what was gonna happen because again, no spoilers. You don't know what's gonna happen. And if I miss it, the episode the next day, I'm gonna have to wait to, we actually have to catch like what's it called, re-showing when it loops again. I didn't want to wait that long. So I actually had Denise actually came over and said, okay, so they didn't fix all this and that. She actually got on the phone. I thank Denise for this a lot. Got on the phone with the TV people, found out what was going on, got it fixed for me, and even got me the right channel number for Cartoon Network. 1 minute before it started airing. So
let me interject real quick because I feel like this DBZ transcends like the show because you mentioned Denise, and so I feel like I have to mention that DBZ. I'm going to say the reason me and Legit are friends. How we became interested in, found each other, became friends, and what 18 years now? Like we've been.
It's a good minute.
We've been friends. I think and how I met Denise and Paul and Angelo. We had swapped.
You know what? I'm wrong. We met when I was 7 years old.
VHS.
Huh?
We had swapped VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And I was coming to return swap them back. Because I think we both had a movie, the other one didn't have, or episode, because we bought episodes on VHS. That's how old we are. We swapped episodes, and that's how I met Denise and Angelo. But me and Fred were friends before that because we talked Dragon Ball Z. We collected the Dragon Ball Z trading card game at that time back in the day. I still have my binder full of cards. I just thought I wanted to mention that. Like why Dragon Ball Z means so much to us.
Actually, the funny thing, even mentioning that, literally, that was a starter conversation with anybody in general. It'll come out. Like, just random talk. Hey, what do you like? Oh, DBZ. Oh, shit, I like that too. And I would just go into a spiral. But, again, having friends, my friend's mom, Angela. Denise, by the way, is Angela. He's not here today, but his mom. Come over and help out a kid with that kind of stuff. Like, seriously, it meant the world to us. And probably the final story I want to actually give with DBZ, our final one, I guess it kind of revolves a little bit about, well, let's put it like this. I learned how to speak English thanks to Batman the Animated Series. So it actually motivated me to want to talk to where people tell me I have an accent or I don't have an accent or whatever the heck. But that motivated me to actually want to speak more in TV. Actually, I incorporated a lot of morals from TV. Basically, I was impressionable as a kid. What kid isn't? So for me, the impression of what is the idea of Goku, or the ideal of Goku. Yes, he was on a pedestal, this and this and that. Of acting like a character in the right way, doing things for the right reason. But if shit hits the fan, you handle your shit. That's the one thing I basically look at. Like even going to like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know it's a cartoon, something separate. It comes to it, Aang couldn't kill the Fire Lord. He found his own way. That's cool. That's great. But when it came to making tough choices, Goku didn't want to have to put somebody down. But if he had to, plain and simple. But that's kind of where I'm wrapping it up. Like basically, the character development helped me define what a person should be. Don't care about anything else, just the good. Moses?
Listen, man. I remember 1998 when Dragon Ball Z first aired. I remember watching the first episode. I never forget it. I don't think. Here's my thing with DBZ, and I think all of us can attest to this. Looking back at it, for people who got into anime later and going back and watching it, it might not have the same effect for you. But for us, it's the first one we've seen, and the effect that it had on all of us spun our lives in the position of what they're in now. It gave us the friends that we have now. It's deeper than just a show for us. Like we do love the show and we do love the moment because listen, at the time, Krillin was my favorite character when he died. Like it's crazy. It's insane thinking about that now. Krillin was my favorite character. So when Krillin died, I didn't know what to think. And then I see Super Saiyan for the first time. And like I'd always I had already had like a life for Vegeta, but seeing that character become who he became. And like when I was watching it, I was not watching it. Like I think now things are looked at under a microscope. You know what I'm saying? And back then, that really wasn't what 5-year-old me was doing. You know, I just was watching it because I liked it. You know, it brought me joy. And to this day, I watch every single year. We watch Dragon Ball Z in its entirety. No matter if I'm having a good year or a bad year, that's one thing that remains constant. And that's one thing that has remained constant in my life since 1998 is Dragon Ball Z and the joy that I get from those characters. And it's just the fact the show did something for me. It's my favorite piece of anything, okay? Like favorite piece of my favorite piece of media is Dragon Ball Z. And I don't see that ever changing because it hits me on every single level, okay? There's like I jump up for joy
right
when I get announcements for stuff. Like there's a reason I'm going to go see any movie they come up with. I'm going to go see it. Like anytime the manga comes out, like even recently when the last manga, I granted Super is not what Z was because that was a different time. I still get a certain excitement and a certain it takes you back. Like whenever I just think about it, it takes me back to like that little kid who was just, who didn't see the world for what it is. It's just like that kid who just had that glee and that sparkle and that twinkle in his eye. That's what it does for me.
Now, I will say, I want to add one thing to what he's saying. To anybody who watches this and for whatever reason think that, nostalgia glasses or whatever the heck you want to say what you want. It's an OG. It set the pace. It did. All the anime you like now probably would not be around if it wasn't for this anime.
And you make a good point, Fred, because I think the numbers for anime sales came out recently. And do you know what was number one?
Oh, yeah, DBZ still.
And we haven't had a show in how long? And the Broly movie was how long ago?
Last year.
That shows the staying power. And like I want to talk about that for a little bit because like we are such fans, like devoted fans. Like y'all remember the excitement when Battle of the Gods, when we got the news for Battle of the Gods?
Oh yeah.
If I'm not for those watching, like we got together to go see that movie together.
We do not live in the same state.
So
At the time we didn't. I
no.
now live here.
So I lived in the state of Texas, Louisiana. Fred, were you in Texas yet?
I was in Louisiana still.
Yeah, he's still here. He's still here.
Fred was Louisiana. We had two other friends who were also in Louisiana, one of which was working at the time, I believe, or just
In Texas.
He
In a
was
different
working.
city in Texas. Texas is not small.
We all found to get together to go to a theater in South Lake, Texas, to go see that movie. I remember buying the tickets. Like, that's what Dragon Ball Z is to us. And then, like, I think a lot of people don't understand, like, how much we adored that show and what it meant to us. Because, like, the three of us, two of us are from it. One of us grew up in it. Fred, you might as well be from it. In an extremely small town.
Extremely.
Getting the stuff that you see behind these guys now was not an easy feat. Almost impossible. Because there was only 2 stores that we knew of that sold it. FYE at the time. And then there was what was the one at the Pecan Land Mall? It wasn't FYE. It was
called Customs.
Was it
Custom or something? Yeah, I think it was Custom.
In the Pecan Land Mall in Monroe, Louisiana. We would make that trip maybe once a month.
Man, might be less than that. I think it might have been once every 2 or 3.
Every few months.
Every few months to go to that store. That was the only store remotely close. And we're talking from our town. This was a 45-minute drive.
Oh, no. 45-minute drive now. When the hours are better. Back then it was at least an hour and 20 minutes.
So it was about an hour 15, hour 20 minutes back then because they redone the highways. We talking about an hour to get our parents to take us to this store to buy anime. They sold all kinds of anime, toys and action figures. I was a big fan of the DBZ shirt, DBZ muscle shirts. Walmart at the time, the DBZ model kits, right? But that one.
Oh my gosh!
In that Monroe Mall was something I remember living for as a kid. Like birthday, what you want to do? I want to go to Customs in the Pecan Land Mall, and I want to get something DBZ related, right? And even then, like we all still growing up in Dungeon. Resurrection F. We tried to get together and see that. We'll get together and watch DBZ movies. Like I think it trans like what DBZ at the time could do, and even the staying power that it has today, I think speaks volumes of how DBZ just transcended anime. Like how the staying power the fact that it's still leading in sales just shows the effect it had. Because I'm willing to bet that our story of meeting and how we are as friends is probably one of thousands around the world in regards to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And it's not even us. Just an example, 2013, when they announced Battle of Gods, I found the article right here. It's actually from the Dragon Ball Z Kaizenshu. The Japanese government in 2013 backed the movie, receiving 50 million yen, basically the equivalent of $636,000, as part of a non-profit organization for Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods to come out because it boosted their economy.
And do you also know that Goku was the mascot of the Olympics that was supposed to happen this year in Japan?
Yes.
Like the Olympics has happened in Japan, and Japan is like, who should be our representative for who's the most recognizable person from our country? It is not even a real person. It is Goku. Goku was the representative for the Olympics, and Goku had a balloon for the first time in the Thanksgiving parade last year.
Yeah.
The first anime character ever to be in, like, it just speaks. I think it just speaks. You could go on and on for days about the power.
Yeah, we literally could talk. Yeah, we go forever about this, y'all. I think after this, people would never question our love for Dragon Ball.
I think people still might question it, but regardless.
Listen, and this is my thing. If it's not for anybody, anything that's not for somebody, it does not bother me. That's cool because nobody is the same, and nothing affects anyone the same way. We all different, and we all have our own opinion.
And we saw it at a different time. It was a different time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, just the effect of not knowing what's going to happen next. I mean, that enough. Because now you get leaks, you get all this extra stuff. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's different because it's like it's a difference between best and favorite. Now, granted, so we gonna go to bat behind it regardless. But like, do I think there's anime that probably have better storytelling or better animation? Yeah, cool. That doesn't that's just like that. That's just like that Oscar movie winning best picture. It doesn't matter. It probably was my favorite movie of the year though.
Right.
Like that's how I see like when people trying to like make debates of okay, this was like great storytelling, great characters, great animation. I'm like, cool, but it's good for all that, but it's still not my favorite. Like I don't care.